Greetings everybody and welcome to Madrid Ball. I hope you all are safe and sound. We are just moments away from playing probably the biggest game of the season and we have to be absolutely ready. We need to get our focus right, we need to be in the right mindset, we need to have a positive attitude and get prepared for another Premier League challenge. Chelsea are the team blocking our path to the final and in this video we will be talking about our opponents. We will be doing an analysis on the strengths and weaknesses of the opposition, so do join me for the upcoming minutes as we have a closer look to what kind of challenge Chelsea posed to Real Madrid. And let's get started. Let's start by having a look at the lineup that Chelsea fielded against West Ham. We are expecting many of these players to line up against the Los Blancos as well. There was Mendy in goal, there was Rudiger, Thiago Silva and Christensen as the back three. Chilwell and Azpilicueta took up the wing-back positions, and there was Jorginho and Kante taking up the midfield spots. And in attack, Thomas Tuchel chose Pulisic, Werner and Mason Mount. Now in this lineup I am expecting a few changes. Mason Mount may play on the left of the attack. In the centre there can be Kai Havertz, but I predict Werner will start. And in the right side of attack I think Hakim Ziyech may start for Chelsea. Also in defence I feel Azpilicueta will start in the right centre-back position and Reece James may be starting as the right wing-back. But talking about Chelsea in general, they have had quite a mixed season this year. They handed the sack to Frank Lampard mid-season, they were 9th in the table that time round, and many analysts also claim that Frank Lampard was not ready for the job. They were conceding a lot of goals with many of them coming in counter-attacks. The two expensive signing Kai Havertz and Timo Werner, both of them were not clicking. They failed to adapt to the tactics of Lampard and there were reports suggesting that the senior figures in the club were not completely convinced with the tactics and the training regime that Lampard made them go through. And obviously when these things happen, the ship is most likely to sink. Lampard could not motivate the players, there were many players who were severely lacking confidence, and finally he was handed a sack and Thomas Tuchel, the former PSG manager, was handed the job. Now since Thomas Tuchel has come in, he has mainly emphasized in finding out a solution to Chelsea's defensive woes, and towards that cause he has made Chelsea set up in the 3-4-3 formation with two wing backs, and at times he has also gone with a 3-4-2-1 with two defensive midfielders, two attacking midfielders and a striker up top. And we have to say these two setups have worked really well for Chelsea. In the 21 games that Thomas Tuchel has managed Chelsea, and only 5 of them have Chelsea conceded, they have managed 16 clean sheets during this time frame, and those are impressive numbers. They have managed clean sheets against Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, 2 clean sheets against Atletico and 1 against Porto. So definitely Tuchel has made Chelsea solid at the back. The reputation of Thomas Tuchel has really been based on defensive structure and organization. They have worked on the defensive transitions and as a result, most often than not, they do manage to keep the ball away from the back of the net. Have a look at this picture here. This is most likely going to be the defensive setup of Chelsea. The 3 centre-backs will be joined by 2 wing-backs forming a back 5, and in front of them there will be Jorginho and N'Golo Kante who would be sitting just in front of the defensive line. So I am expecting Tuchel to line up in a similar manner. This is the setup that has worked really well, and why would you deviate from something that is working completely fine? However, keeping defensive solidity aside, there is a portion of Chelsea fans who are still very skeptical about the style of football that Chelsea exhibit. Under Tuchel, it is not like Chelsea have shown free-flowing and swashbuckling football. The games that I have covered since they drew Real Madrid, I found Chelsea play a very pragmatic style of football. So I won't at all be surprised to see Chelsea sit back and try to hit on the counter. Now talking about the Chelsea players, firstly starting with N'Golo Kante and Jorginho, we will find Jorginho will stay very deep. He would be receiving the ball from the centre-backs, he would be helping with the build-up play, and on occasions, he would also be looking to switch play through long balls. And N'Golo Kante, we know he's a very hard-working player, we are all aware of his defensive qualities, but he would also be looking to make some driving runs to the centre of the pitch, and he would be looking to find the attackers who would be making a run behind the last line of defence. So obviously we have to be very careful here. The attack that Chelsea has, they have some good young players in that department. They bring a lot of versatility and movement to the table. The likes of Timo Werner, Christian Pulisic, Mason Mount, these are very young players and they would be looking to impress. Timo Werner has had trouble putting the ball at the back of the net this season, but he found his goal scoring touch against West Ham and that would certainly give him a lot of confidence. The other attacker, Mason Mount, I think Real Madrid need to be wary of him. He can start on the right, but he can also sometimes pop up on the left side of attack. He can also play the number 10 role. He likes linking up with the midfielders and attack. He has good vision and from time to time he does like having a go at goal from distance. So we'll have to see if Mount is handed a free role by Tuchel, and him switching positions with frequency will be something that our defense will have to keep track of. So those are the threats that Real Madrid have to deal with, and now the question arises, what tactics will Zidane go with? What approach will he have? And I think Real Madrid will have the same approach that they had against Barcelona. Vinicius Jr. will again be very important. We know there will be times when the wing-backs will be pushing forward. During these times, the gap between the right centre-back and the wing-back would be huge, and this is the time Real Madrid will have to look to exploit the spaces and hit Chelsea on the counter. The likes of Kroos and Modric, they have to make those through balls for Vinicius, who would be looking to outpace the defenders. We have seen Vinicius being decisive against Liverpool and Atalanta, and we need another big performance from the young Brazilian. Now, there is the likelihood that the Chelsea coach would have seen the threat that Vinicius poses. He would have seen his performance against Liverpool, so there can be a chance of Reece James having a conservative approach. He may not go forward too much and focus all his energy in keeping track of Vinicius, but on the other side, Ben Chilwell, he is one of the attacking outlets for Chelsea. He would be looking to join the attack, put in some good crosses, just like we saw against West Ham. He was the man who put in the cross for Werner, who got a tap-in goal in that match, so there will be moments where Asensio will be one-on-one with Rudiger. And let's hope our attackers have left the ghost of the previous game behind. We need them to be lethal and aggressive. They have to show some quick thinking and innovation, because we cannot rely on simply putting crosses and then hoping that Benzema gets at the end of them. Chelsea are well endowed with height. They do have some tall defenders who more often than not would be clearing those crosses, but we also have the quality of Benzema, and we would be looking up to him to take us over the line. So that is my analysis on Chelsea. I do think it will be a tight match. It will be cagey. In the initial stages, we will be seeing a bit of sparring. Mendy is out for the game, but when it comes to the defensive aspect of our game, we will be well covered with Nacho playing in that position. But for the overall tie, I think we will be seeing very few chances. There is a sense that this may be a low-scoring tie, but we all know football is very unpredictable. We might as well get goals. The only issue from Real Madrid's perspective is we don't know how well our players have recovered from injury and fatigue, but let's hope we'll see Zidane come up with another tactical masterclass today. So that is my analysis of the game. We have just 3 more finals to get our hands on the Champions League trophy. We are in touching distance of the title, so brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. And as for my scoreline predictions, I predict Real Madrid 1, Chelsea 0. We will be taking an advantage to England, and hopefully this match lives up to the billing. So that is all I have here. Do let me know how you are feeling ahead of this tie. How is your confidence level? Write your thoughts and your predictions in the comments below. I will see you soon. Till then, take care. Glory to Madrid. And as always, a Madrid.